Well, folks, yeah, I got the first coat of paint. Well, I got the wallpaper on it, and then I got the first coat of paint on it. I'm not very good at wallpapering, obviously, but it's hiding the join. It's going to need another coat of paint just to match it. And then this is one of the reasons why I didn't stick the floor down, because I can do the skirting board. So that's fun. But then I'm currently loud stripping off the old lining paper off the ply that I recycled. I've still got to fill this gap. I've had to clean out some old silicone, and I've got plenty of ply. I can just fill that up and then smooth the gaps. But then in the way this house works, it's always the same. I've got to be honest. Surprise, surprise, there's something in the roof. If we go up here, where this, I don't know if it's a broken off screw or a nail or what, I'm not sure, but if you hammer it, there's something in the roof. That's two things in the roof that I am not aware of. So at some point, I will be having to put a hatch into the roof. And I got to be honest, I think I'm going to put it up there. Because where the hallway is, obviously we've got no door there now, but there's a nice big area just here, which is fairly central to the house. That line there marks the centre of the house. That's where the two halves join. So if I put one up there, because there's obviously a beam, and then I can rest the ladder against the door frame there. So that's the plan eventually. I will say eventually. I've got a lot more to do before I even worry about getting into the roof. But we know there's something in the roof over in that corner, and now there's something in the roof just here. So yeah, I will have to get up there eventually. If nothing else, just to check on the insulation and potentially add some more. So that's two things in the roof that I need to find. So this is more me documenting where they are, so that if I forget, I can look back at this video and go, oh, there's a thing in the roof there, and there's a thing in the roof over there. What I would like to do is eventually put some boards. I don't know, I've never been in the roof of one of these, so I don't know what the state of play is up there. Eventually I would like to maybe put some floorboards down just for some additional storage, just because I've got a lot of stuff and it doesn't need to be on display. It needs to be accessible, but it doesn't need to be out and about. So if I put it up out the way, I'm, slide it down there or whatever, then we'll figure out. I mean, chances are I could get up there and discover that where this line is, there's a solid board and I can't get through it. But I have no idea until I get up there. But that is a long way away. So yes, the wall there, where the door frame was, has now been papered and had its first coat of paint. And then I'm also currently stripping off the underlayer, if you will. There was wallpaper over it, and then there's this like underlayer. But because this is the bathroom, I need to damp proof everything properly, which means I need to strip back to bare wood and prime. And oh my word, this is time consuming. I've been at it about 2.5 hours, and yeah, I've barely done 3 feet. So yeah, it's taking its time. But this is the only way to do it, I've discovered over the years, because I've had to do this in pretty much every single room. I had to do it in the big bedroom, in the kitchen when I redid that, in here now. So yeah, with the gap across the top there, I'm thinking I'm just going to fill it and smooth it, because I've tried this bathroom edge stuff and it just droops. So it's not very good, and it leaves a lot of sticky, which I've got to get off. But where I repainted this previously, where the cupboard came out there and there, where that met, I filled it and then I smoothed it nice, and then I painted it, and I never had an issue with it. So I'm thinking I might do that everywhere in this room, especially like down the corner. I have a nice angle down the corner and then around the top, because then I'm going to worry. I've tried filling it with silicone and all sorts of weird and wonderful things, but it's just not working. I mean, that bit there, that's where some of the damp got behind that tape stuff, and it actually created like mold, and so I've got to get rid of that and strip that back. And I'm fighting That's the other bonus as well with this, is that a lot of the damp in this room that's on the surfaces, it's in the corners. So I'm taking out 3 corners here. I mean, where this wall came down here, the top of the door frame and up that way, it was just ruined. So I'm hopeful that by taking out 3 corners and taking it down to 1, that I'll make life a little easier in terms of that respect. And eventually one of these vents is going to get replaced with an extractor. So there's that. But at the moment, I'm just stripping back. There's no point in filling up this yet until I've got it stripped back, because then I can prime it all in one go, and I can't put the skirting board across until that gap is filled. So there's still a long way to go, but as I say, the first coat of paint is on this here, and my wallpapering needs to improve drastically. But anyway, yeah, so there's 2 things in the roof. That wall is now almost finished, and I'm working on the bathroom. So there we are. Right. Okay, folks, I'll see you soon. Take care now. Ta-da.